just what KK has meant to the program so far. And I guess the door is a little bit open for her to maybe get back again, but just kind of your thoughts now a couple days afterwards and where your team's at emotionally and maybe moving forward a little bit.
Well, it's just extremely sad. I mean, when you are a senior and a fifth-year senior, you've already had an injury, that took a year away from you. It's just hard because you don't have that closure as a player, and I've had 2 others that have gone through that, and it's difficult. It's about KK right now, and I think we've embraced her. She's had amazing support all over the country. The Big Ten players, coaches have been unbelievable, and I think that gives her a good touch of reality of how much she means to the program, how much she has meant to the Big Ten. When I heard Tim rattle off all these statistics last night, I was just really taken back. I'm not a stat girl, and neither is KK. And when you really sit back and look at all that, I mean, she's been our our go-to. The energy, the excitement, and her stats speak for themselves. And but all the other intangibles are amazing. As for the team, it's very tough. It was a very tough scene after the game at Michigan State. Yesterday we had to just regroup and talk about some things and get some emotion out. And, this team has in the past rallied around injuries. Every year is different. But, those are the biggest things right now is that, we do have 6 games left. And we got to continue to strive and have the same goals, and we just have to make adjustments. And we discussed the adjustments, and now we just got to get on the floor now and put those all together.
She did leave the door open a little bit to maybe try and come back this year. How feasible do you think that would be?
I don't really know. I think that's something that is really up to KK and our doctors. And if it comes to pass in a couple weeks, then we'll discuss it. It just depends on how she heals.
I guess will the style change, or do you want it to change? I mean, how much can you do in this short period of time?
The style won't change, but obviously we lost a defender and one of the quickest players that's ever been around the program. So we can't change a lot because then you lose your identity, we just have to there's other people that when someone goes down, the opportunities are there for someone else to step up in a collective group effort. No one's going to take over or do anything that KK has done for us. We just have to be able to now do the little things, and other players have to step in and do some things and put the ball in other people's hands. And so we're not going to change a lot, but we do have to make some adjustments on the defense and offensive end.
When you look at April and Courtney, they have the experience.
Yeah.
And they've been there, but I guess when you start looking down the bench and at the depth, when you move any players around from a position or use somebody more at like backup point guard as opposed to maybe not using them earlier in the year?
Yeah, I mean, I think, Bridget Perry's been playing for us, but she's got to play more consistent. And, Ashley and Hayden have to step up. Ashley will now be totally a 2-guard. She won't be a backup point guard. Courtney will play the backup point. And, but Hayden has to be able to do the little things. We've asked her to shoot the ball. She needs to shoot the ball. Ashley Morsetti is one of our best shooters. And, we know that, and we're trying to develop her in different ways, but now she has an opportunity to step up and help her team with one of the strengths that we have. Our posts are the same, but, we really have to, look to the young ones, and they're not freshmen anymore. They need to step up and, play hard for their team.
You like Ashley at the 2 just because maybe she can make up some of the points lost a little bit, and not to worry too much about some of the other responsibilities?
Yeah, I think, at this point in this juncture, you need to have experience at the point. So if you put her at the 2 guard, if people play us a zone, she can get her shot off. She's 5'9". She's a very good shooter, so she's got to be able to bring that. I think her height helps us, whether we play man or zone a little bit. But she's got to. She'll be more settled there. She don't have to think as much, she's looking forward to that.
Obviously, you have Ohio State team on Thursday. Beat you the first time, but just what are you seeing out of them? And have they changed that much since the first
Yeah, I think you know, we've all changed, maybe the defensive end part, but you know, they're just flat out you know, one-on-one players. They do dribble drive like we do. They love to take you off the dribble. They try to break you down. They're a very physical team at the guard spot. They're, you know, big bodies. And, you know, in their post, you know, we have to do better against them in the post. Our first game, we were in so much foul trouble, we couldn't even get adjusted. So, you know, but at the end of the day, it always is going to come down to who's knocking down shots, who's boxing out, and who's playing some defense.
You have given up a lot of points in the paint the last 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
What steps need to be taken to maybe slow that down a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, we're making those adjustments. You know, we can't just be one-on-one down there. We may have to double. We may have to have help from another guard. You know, there's different areas on the court that we may have to bring help from. So, you know, you'll see that adjustment on Thursday.
Do you have to remind your team that the goals don't change this season, or is that something that they just know?
They just know that. You know, no matter what, you know, Purdue women's basketball has gone through a lot. No matter what has come our way, hopefully we've been resilient. We're not going to be perfect by any means. It's going to take time to make, you know, to be adjusted a little bit, but our goals do not change. We talked about that, and, you know, there's always been a sense of urgency, but I think it's even more so now when you have a senior that goes down and it's the end of the year.
Having had a couple players go down with pretty big injuries, do you feel like you're better prepared to handle these situations now that you've been through it a couple times?
I'm always prepared. It's, you know, I think what's difficult about this situation that people continue to forget is the last 2.5 weeks have been awful emotionally for this group. It's not just an injury, all the other things that we've had to deal with. These are 18 to 22-year-olds. It's hard enough as an adult to go through this, and they have to be students and have a smile on their face and act like everything's great. But they've handled it very well, and we teach that this is life, and we're going to get through it, you know. And as long as we have each other, everybody else will doubt us, but you know, the people in this room is not going to doubt each other, and we got each other's back, and we're just they're going to do the best they can. We're going to do the best we can, and at the end of the day, I'll feel good about that.
Players do anything to honor KK? You already have the R on the shoe.
Mm-hmm.
They have things.
I think you'll see that on Thursday. We can't, you know, as a group, we're just saying what we need to do. But I think you'll see something on Thursday that will be pretty unique.
I did want to ask, I mean, when you look ahead to NCAA tournament,
Mm-hmm.
these next 6 games, how important is it to provide the committee with a snapshot of what this team will be moving into the postseason?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I think about. I don't talk to the players about it too much because right now we just got to work it one day at a time. You know, but you have 6 games left. You're hoping to at least go 500, if better. You know, you want to be better than that, and then set yourself up for the Big Ten tournament, and you know, hopefully get to the semifinals or finals and that type of thing. So, you know, I think it's very important how we respond. Again, it's a quick turnaround. We may respond exceptionally well immediately. It may take us a week, but you know, I have a lot of confidence in our players, but that's important.